when we need to work with the chemicals and there is potential that workers may expose and get injured. In such situation we have to carry out a risk assessment by identifying the chemical hazards, spotting the worker who may be harmed, evaluation of risk and put control, record and share the information with workers, review the risk assessment as applicable, while putting control to reduce or eliminate the hazard or reduce the risk. We have to implement all engineering or administrative controls, and finally we may have to select the PPE. This presentation focuses how to select the appropriate PPE to work with chemicals. Working with chemicals is an hazardous activity and chemicals can harm or injure the workers in different ways. There are three main ways of exposure to the chemicals during working. Out of these three, inhalation is the most dangerous way of exposure. Exposing to ingestion and contact, the workers have more controls and they can refrain from eating or swallowing and being away from chemicals to prevent contact with skin. If chemical is inhalable and workers exposed to chemical, he has no choice to stop breathing, and cannot prevent from inhaling. Therefore exposure to inhalable chemicals is very serious, and if any worker exposed to such chemicals he may get severe health effects by inhalation. Working with inhalable chemicals need extreme care to carry out the risk assessment, and once it comes to selection of PPE it is more care to be taken. Poor or wrong selection of respiratory PPE may create a false sense of safety for user and he may have serious injury or even death. Selection of PPE need a careful study of the chemical nature and its exposure control limits, followed by a selection of appropriate respiratory PPE. To select a respiratory PPE it is necessary to know about the mechanics of the equipment. In reference to protection from inhalable chemicals, respirators can be divided in three main groups. Air purifying respirators, supplied air respirators, atmospheric air supply respirator, air purifying respirators. These are coming in different type of fittings and different type of shapes, but basic feature is they all using the filters, and these filters have different quality and protection rating also. User can change the filters of different types: dust filters, oil filter, organic chemicals filter, gas filters. Supplied air respirator, using breathable air in closed system, are coming in different capacities and duration. Some are with self-contained air cylinder that has limited supply of air worn by the worker, and the others takes the air from out of working area from a dedicated air cylinders which usually are for long duration working time. Supplied air respirator are used in the area where inhalable agents are more than its permissible exposure limits, deficiency of oxygen or presence of inert gas such as nitrogen or any other chemical vapors, smoke, or gas that can be immediately dangerous to life and health. Atmospheric air supply respirator. Atmospheric supplied air respirator are used where exposure demands the use of clean air but condition is not ideal. The air is supplied through a air hose from clean atmosphere. User uses by using a hood that covers the head and face area.